Hi there, welcome to Wise Revise. This is session number 7, and this session is all about how you can create a revision plan, a revision timetable that doesn't completely take over your life. Now, many of the previous Wise Revise videos have built up to this session, so make sure you've watched all of those before you watch this one. I play guitar. Let me rephrase that. I play guitar badly. Now, back in the day when I used to play more guitar, more often and better, I used to pick up the guitar maybe once a week, once a fortnight, and play it for 45 minutes to an hour. I'll get in the zone with the guitar and then not touch it again for maybe a week or 2 weeks. It was around this time that I discovered the 6-minute rule. Now, the 6-minute rule for guitar basically means you're better off picking up a guitar for 6 minutes a day and playing it every day rather than doing 1 hour every week or every 2 weeks. I know, right? Mind blown. Now, we can take this idea and we can apply it to revision. I'm not suggesting that you should revise for 6 minutes a day, but I am suggesting that this idea of revising a little and often can be really beneficial. There is a debate about how much is the optimum time to revise for, but most people would agree it's between 20 and 30 minutes for each subject. One of the reasons for this is a recent test where they got security guards to watch CCTV footage. And what they did was these guys were watching the CCTV footage and they discovered that after around 20 minutes that the people watching the footage couldn't actually recognize any changes that took place on the display in front of them. I.e., after 20 minutes, they were unable to take in any new information. When we apply this idea to a revision, it literally means that we should be spending about 20 minutes or half an hour on one topic or one subject for one time and then changing up. It doesn't mean you stop after 20 minutes or half an hour and have a break. It means you break what you're doing. You've done English for half an hour, 20 minutes, and then you do another session on RS, and then you do another session on history. So after 20 minutes to half an hour, when your attention is starting to drop, that's when you change up. Now, what does this look like physically? Now, the way I would do this is once you've planned what you're going to be doing, you sit at your desk with a pile of everything you need on one side of you. You put a timer on, a 20-minute timer. Don't use your phone. Maybe if you've got a stopwatch or something like that, or an old school timer, that would be a better thing to use rather than your phone. If you are going to use your phone, use an app like Forest, because then you don't get any notifications as you go. But something that's going to time you 20 minutes to half an hour, whatever you choose to do, and put that in front of you. You then start, you get whatever's on top, you put that in front of you and you work at it for 20 minutes, half an hour, no matter what it is. If it's flashcards, if it's exam papers, you have to go for that allotted time. And then when the time is up, you finish the bit you're doing and then you move on to the next thing. Some of you will be tempted at this point to keep on going with what's in front of you, but once the time is up, be disciplined, move on to the next thing. The best way to do this is to plan in advance. And I'm going to take you through now one way that you can plan for your revision. Now, I designed this myself with the help of Miss Michelle Miller, who's an absolute legend when it comes to revision, who taught me lots of things that I know. And I hope if she watches this, she appreciates what I've done with her original design here. But I'm going to take you through this now. Now, I think these are fine in A4. You could even do one in A5. But for the sake of the video, I've gone super big, and I've got an A3 sheet here we're going to be looking at together now. Okay, so let's say this is our plan right here. Here's the timetable for the week. You're simply going to start by working out what time you're going to start revising each afternoon or each evening. So let's say, for example, on a Monday, I was going to start revising at 5:30. And on a Tuesday, I was going to start revising at 7 o'clock. Wednesday, 5:30. Thursday, night off. Friday, 5:30. And let's say I was doing some on Saturday afternoon. Maybe I was going to start at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Sunday would be my 1 day of rest, because you always need 1 day of rest a week, guys, at least. And Thursday evening, I wouldn't be doing any either. What I'd then do is I'd plan which sessions I'd be doing for that evening or for that session. So if we started, say, for example, on Monday, maybe I'd start by doing some maths. And then 5:50, maybe some history. At 6:10. Bad maths. Oh no, 6:10. Let's say some science, some biology, and then fill in the rest of the week. All right, so that's the outline of our plan done. We know which subjects we're going to be doing at which time, but now we need to go a little bit more specific to make this as effective as possible. So let's say we start filling in some of the key areas. So we're going to start with RS. So let's say on a Tuesday we were going to do RS, and we were going to do that by doing keyword flashcards. All about the topic of crime and punishment. Let's say, for example, and obviously I wouldn't just jump around like this. Normally I plan the whole thing out, but I'm not studying all these GCSEs, so I'm going to really talk about what I know. But let's say for biology as well, if we jump to biology, we were going to do some practice questions. And the topic would be about photosynthesis. And this then just follows on. So if we did history, it might be practice questions, all about medicine. In maths, we might do some trigonometry questions. The idea is to have a spectrum of different things from different subjects, which are all self-testing devices. Now, 2 videos that are key here, if you go back and watch a couple of my videos, one is on practice testing, so making sure that what you're doing is effective practice testing, and the other is the one on deliberate practice. So you're making sure that these topics that you're looking at are the ones that you need to know. It's not stuff you already know, it's revising the stuff that you need to know. That's right, deliberate practice is so important here, making sure that the stuff you're putting down on a revision plan is the stuff that you don't know, the stuff that's really important that you revise, not the stuff you already know. You need to be really organized on this, guys, and work out what aspects of the curriculum you haven't got nailed yet. Use feedback from your teachers, use your test results, find out which areas you're weak, your Achilles heels, and make sure you're spending your revision time really attacking that tough stuff that you're finding difficult. Remember practice testing. Use revision flashcards that are going to test you. Use practice papers, practice questions. If you've got any online stuff for your maths, making sure you're testing that part of your brain, your maths brain, if you will, that maths muscle, making sure you're keeping that strong as well. It's really important you have a life as well. You know, you want to put down on your revision plan straight away when you're playing football, when you've got gymnastics, when you've got your extracurricular activities, the fun stuff of life, the relational stuff that's the most important stuff. You make sure you put that in first, because that's really key. But I tell you now, if you've got a solid revision plan, it will be life-changing for you, especially if you're feeling stressed already. I went with a student last year who said that once he had the revision plan put in place, he felt more free, he felt less stressed, and he felt more confident that what he was revising was getting stuck into his head and he was able to bring it to mind. This plan will save you. It will make sure you're not doing too much, it will make sure you're not doing too little, and it will make sure you're revising the right stuff in the most effective way. I cannot recommend it enough. Let me know how you get on. If you're enjoying these videos, please like, please subscribe, and tune in next week for more Wise Revised. Thank you so much for watching.